Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Monday, and it is a beautiful morning. A little humid, but it's all good. Hope everyone is doing very well. And today, I want to speak to you briefly, just a little bit, on something that we should all apply to our lives, and is don't settle. Do not settle. I want to remind you, as I'm also reminding myself, you're worth way more than you think. Do not settle. You know that you can do better, so you don't have to settle. Sometimes you may have to do something that you don't want to do, but that's not forever, that's just temporary. And when those things happen, don't let that put you in a position where you settle, where you stay stuck. You're better. You can do better. You can grow. You can excel. Whether it is in a company that you're working for, in a business that you're developing, and even in life. You know, as a father, if you have children, if you're a husband, if you're a wife, do not settle. You know you can do better, so do it. Do it, because your life will get better and you will be happy, knowing that you're not settling. You're not just taking, whatever. You're doing everything that you can to get better. You're improving. It's like in fitness, in this journey that I'm in, something that I've discovered, and what this has taught me is, if you settle, then you stay the same. Sometimes you have to increase that weight in order to gain a little bit of more muscle, in order to burn that fat, in order to get stronger. You can't stay on the same weight. You got to improve. You got to go up. You got to increase. You got to get to that next level. So that's why I tell you today, don't settle. If you're in a relationship where it's toxic, that's only going to bring you down. Why settle for that when you're better than that, when you deserve better than that? You don't deserve the kind of friends that are going to put you down, that are going to consume you dry. You don't need that. So that's why I say, do not settle. You can do better. Perhaps you're afraid, maybe of, being alone for a while. Maybe it's necessary that this is a time in your life where you go through a period of maybe not having friends, because it's a time for you to grow. It's a time for you to be able to think for yourself. It's a time for you to do some soul searching. Perhaps it is a time where you can get close to God and you could develop that intimate relationship with Him, and He can guide your steps. So yeah, my people, don't settle. Don't give up just because something went wrong, just because there are things that are out of your control. As I'm experiencing right now in my life, certain things that are out of my control, it's not a call for me to settle. You have to keep knocking on those doors. Perhaps you were let go from a job, or in my case, I worked for 5 years in a good solid company, but we were bought out by somebody else. And at that point, they decided to end our department, to terminate. They thanked us for our services. And I didn't do how I used to do back then and get negative and get down on myself. Yes, it is disappointing, but I had to shake that off and understand, hey, this is the end of a chapter. And as I continue to go forward and knock on doors with a positive mental attitude, a new chapter will begin, a new door will open. So that's why I had to hold on to God. You know, pray to God every day and understand that it's going to get better, but that takes time. And in the midst of all of that, I am not called to settle. It's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to keep knocking on doors, keep believing, staying in a positive mindset. And I understand there are many things that are happening. We all see it. We all know what's going on, how our economy has changed, how the workforce, you know, a lot of people that are struggling out there. But in the midst of all of that, keeping that positive mental attitude, having faith, trusting in God, is going to make a difference. And before you know it, that door will open. That you have been searching for, that you have been working for, that you have been praying for, it will come to pass. So people, don't settle. Don't give up. Don't settle. You know you can do better. Push yourself. Get up every day. I'm out here walking, even though I'm a little bit tired. It is Monday morning, but I'm okay. I know that I have to get up and I got to continue to show up with a good attitude. And you can do the same. And I believe you'll do the same. So my people, do not settle. Please continue to go to the gym. If you have not started, get started today. Make the decision. Take better care of yourself. Eat better. And as I've mentioned before, if you're not a person that you don't like being in a public gym, work out from home. We got access now to so much with improvement of technology in these last 2 decades. Go for a walk like I'm doing. But my people, don't settle. Don't give up. God bless you and have a very, very blessed day. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.